We're only 3 minutes late. It's fine. No one will notice that the cuckoo clock started way late. It's fine. Greetings and salutations. It's... What is it? I don't even know. Wednesday? Thursday? The wife yells Thursday. Thursday the 16th. That sounds familiar to me, but I don't know what that was. Flag Day was like earlier in the week. We'll have to see. Anyway, greetings and salutations. My name is Samus. If you're watching this stream, I hope that you have some vague idea what you're doing here, or at least who you're here to watch. A little bit of a catch-up. Apologies for being gone for so long, but taking some mental health time, trying to get some stuff figured out, and I'm not playing as heavily as I was, so we're kind of, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Let me adjust this camera. Anyhow, I happen to be knocking out a couple of Tabaxi lives, and we're at literally my favorite level for questing in DDO right now, level 9, which is where I do level 7s, which has some of my favorite quests. In my top 10s for sure. Does this need a spell component before I... Okay, nay. Alright. It's fine. House P buffs, ship buffs, whatever. Good enough. Hold your tongue, Rough Scallion. As Tobrel likes to put it, this quest is a straight line, depending on if you like to run it that way or not. I'm a fan. I like this quest. So we are on a Tabaxi Artie. We're doing the Inquisitive crossbowy goodness. To kind of get an idea of what the build is doing. Also, I'm trying to clean up old pots, so stuff like that. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I have been experiencing quite a bit of like odd lag like that of late. I thought it was better a little bit the other day, but now I feel like it's worse again. I put Spotify on in my ear to have something else to listen to. So I apologize if I look over to check out what song is playing. You guys unfortunately will never ever be able to hear. Unless you ask what song I'm listening to. Well, I was making sure that the song was actually on my favorites list. Hey, a scary boy. So I've been listening to the newest episode of DDO Cast, and they're doing a little bit of a Tabaxi review and in the update. I think he did a pretty good job with Patrick and Epic. Did a pretty good job of breaking it down. I think it was Epic. Has a slightly higher opinion of the stutter step walk than I do. This thing, the fast sprinter agility thing. I really thought it would feel good on a melee. I did that rogue, and it just didn't feel like it did anything. Maybe it's because I already had the rogue extra speed going on, so maybe they just together they didn't feel like there was a real positive gain there or something, but I don't know. And then on this life, I feel like I very rarely stop moving inside the quest unless I have to interact with something. Did I get interrupted? I did. You can get that one. Really? That must be this guy. See, there's a spot here where you don't get hit by anything. I just must be in the wrong spot. Alright, you got that? She did. Good. There we go. Pandemonium! See, little stutter steps like that. It was real bad a couple of days ago. Not so bad right now. This is also our first stream on a brand new setup. This is using a capture card in the middle from the primary screen. So whatever's on the screen, whoop, you guys get to see. Which I'm not usually a fan of. But we've been having some performance issues ever since our video card crash or video card problem. So I don't know if there's a deeper issue at play. And I thought, it cost me nothing to give it a shot, right? Never hurts to have a backup plan. Oh, hey, there we go. What new setup? Yeah, that's we have a what is an HD 60S running in line to as our capturing now. Those beautiful frosty hairs make you jealous. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you about that, Todders. I don't have a choice. It's the only look I got. It's what's gonna have to be. What has to be. I'm too lazy to dye it or whatever. Whatever the other options are. Would you target up here, please? Hello? Enemy detection. Your nephew just started playing DDO last week. Nice. It's always good to have like somebody else to review the eyes through with or re-experience the game through with new eyes. It's always. Alright, looks like I didn't need the hireling. It's always a great way to re-experience things. He was asking out of the blue the other day, how does one start being a dungeon master? Aspirations of greatness, this one. Heal baddies, baddies, baddies. See, I usually feel like I don't spend a lot of time standing still on these lives, but maybe a little bit more. Watching see, now times have changed and you have outlets like Critical Role and oh, what's the blonde do? I can't think of hers now off the top of my head. I wanted to check it out, but I'm not really a watch people play D&D person. I tried, but I can't think of it now. But there's a lot of different groups that are like that. I've done improv-y things. I've had a group that we streamed everything. But like, you can watch people play D&D. I streamed as a DM and I streamed as the player. Yeah, this guy's not gonna work over there. But like, your resource and tools are different now than they used to be. So kids can jump to DMing pretty quick, I think. He already spends too much time online. It's all good. Hey Pips, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you. I did a life kind of offline. I guess 2 really. I mean, we kind of streamed a little bit of the other one, and we were doing raids and stuff occasionally. But I still was just struggle bussing on a lot of things. So it was easier in my mind to take a break than become a negative Nelly when it comes to looking at the game. I was only seeing the problems and the potential solutions. I couldn't. I was having a hard time seeing the things I loved about the game because I was focusing on the other stuff. So I needed a public break. I felt like I would have been a bad ambassador for the game during that time. I'm still not sure I'm a good ambassador for the game now, but I felt like streaming. Missed you guys. Friends are supposed to be interested in D&D, then their interest fizzled out. I mean, but well, I mean, that is the other perk, right? But also D&D, particularly pen and paper D&D, is in a spot right now where it's popular in a way that it's never been before. So it's getting media coverage. It's being popularized in a positive way in culture instead of negatively. Like, it's a good time to be a D&D player, especially a young D&D player. So I can understand it. I was there myself and working the past lives the last few weeks. Yeah, everything that happened around that hardcore, me being so sick as I was, switching my medications around, those deaths with Jerry, the computer hardware problems that we were having. Like, I felt like I physically couldn't have streamed. Like, it was just so bad. The hardware, just complete failure. I went through a whole bunch of hoops to try to figure out a way that I could afford something. Instead, I just ended up selling a bunch of Magic cards and putting that money towards it, essentially. So, like, it took me this long to get to a spot where I even felt like I could enjoy the game, let alone be the person for the game that I always have been. Is the new medication working out? I don't know. I feel like, in particular, the last month has been really difficult, but June is always difficult with the spring and the way my head is so sensitive to pressure changes and the way the weather works. Today is kind of like our first day of the beginning of what'll be a steady streak for about 4 or 5 days. So I should hopefully have a pretty good, even though it's going to be like 1,000 degrees, I should have a pretty good like 3 or 4 days, which is part of the reason I'm kind of excited to get out with the old lady to the lake. And then we're going to have like another week of constant turmoil, so I'll probably go back to being on the tortured list pretty soon. You know me, I'm throwing out those Rune Arm Blasts. I'm all about it. But I found yet another thing that we're going to try. So some of the other side effects are really good. I thought I was going to be able to hit my goal at 200 pounds by my birthday, but that's not going to happen now. I think I'm just picking up too much muscle mass during this time. Like, what did I do? The other day I did I weighed in, and then through the course of that day, I don't think I really ate. I had a couple of small things, but I was not eating of substantialness. And I think I ended up walking a total of 9 miles that day or something. And it said I gained 3 pounds. So the evasion comes from this lucky cat from the Tabaxi. The only reason why the hireling's still dead is because we haven't been back by a shrine, and I didn't put my scrolls in my pocket. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know what it's for. I thought this would make sense, but there's not a clean way to put dexterity to damage on your on your repeaters or your crossbow. You know what I mean? Like, you can get it on a lot of other stuff, but you can't get it on those. So you're still using things like personal augmentation to intelligence to damage instead of int. So you might have to be a regular bow ranger, but I don't feel like or bow person, but I don't feel like there's anything to it. Yeah, so instead I'm just doing dex to hit because it's high enough, and intelligence to damage with the spell. And I'm just putting levels up in that now. Well, dex to hit. Right, because you're Tabaxi. When I first built it, I thought there was a way that I could, because I misread it, and I thought I was going to be able to get dex to all of my weapons, basically. But that's not how it works. So there's not, as far as I know, a way to do dex to crossbows in particular. Insightful damage, yeah. Personal augmentation. I really like the personal augmentation spells, that one in particular. Oh, I guess I have this. Go, baby. Hybrid caster shooter breaks all item Tetris. Yeah, I haven't started taking any real spellcaster feats except for Quicken, which I honestly should probably turn on. Always off. No metas. Always off. That's fine. Always off. Always off. Alright. I completely forgot. Alright, so now that I've turned it on and I drug it off my bar again, you'll notice you put it back on your bar, it's back on. If you're just going to turn it on, leave it on, you can just do that. Just remember that's always on now. I saw a new feed or something for curative admixtures to reduce the time the potion arcs. Yeah, there's a... what is it called? Accelerate bottle or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll probably actually start with ooh, ouch. I need to probably work on the just take maximize and power and then the healing thing and try to make my bottles really crazy. That'd be funny. Oh, I missed it. That happens when you turn around not paying attention. Twice. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that we made monsters down here. It's like some bad news down there. Before I quit, I asked the devs whether curative admixtures can be quickened because it's useless in comment while raiding. They said no. So... They're just playing. I think they need to go back out.
No, they both want this piece of wood.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're playing with a piece of wood. Oh, the champs are fine. I messed up.
You guys are ready for your treat.
When I realized that I had 2 dots on me, I should have healed. But I realized I was at the point where I was just gonna die anyway. There wasn't gonna be enough healing to go around. Now I knew that I had a recovery plan ready, so it didn't matter. I did. I gibbers. Oh, come on. You can make it that far, but you can't make it the last little bit. You suck, hireling. Yeah, I mean, Gibber's it's a good / important item, right? If you can get one, it's pretty solid. And if you're going to screw around on Reaper higher than 1 while you're TRing, then you should have it, right? It's one of those items that just makes sense if you're going to take the time to if you're gonna take the time to run those lives, you might as well take the time to go farm one up. Kind of like oh, I don't know. Like why else are you playing, really, right? You're trying to make yourself or put yourself in the spot where you're having a good time working towards some sort of progression. Feel like everybody has some sort of progression-y type thing in an MMO. Maybe not as strong as others. Oh, come. Open the door, baby. Go. I mean, is it my best time? No. But, I still prefer having a challenge in the game when I'm playing. Yeah, out Totters. Have a good day, buddy. Alright. I haven't even checked in on the Twitch side in a while. Let's see what the Twitch side says. Anything exciting? Scroll backwards through here. Yeah, it's mostly good. Alright, what do we have over here? Anything? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so fully admit to being sloppy, getting murdered here. I spent a bunch of money going ahead and getting wings this life that I didn't really think about. It's not a big deal. Plat's not an issue, but I usually try to keep at least 2 million on me, just to make sure that if I do see something crazy somewhere on the auction house or whatever, generally can just get it. Or if you have running expenses, like, you know, you need another, do a bunch of that, it adds up fast. Oh, Gwylands. One of the best quests in the game. I tend to tell a story about a friend of mine, Eli. He was playing DDO with us for a while. He's a few years younger, but he like built a Warforged Paladin with evasion and felt like he broke the game in a whole new way. And he would come into this quest and just gather up every mob he could and intentionally run it into the traps. Like he would, whatever it took to get as many mobs as possible killed in those traps. It was insane. And he would like log on and he'd just be in this quest, be like, what are you doing? And he would like even sometimes be half AFK, just laying / sleep in the traps in this quest. He loved it so much. I don't love this quest that much, but I understand the desire to love something that much. And just making sure that the songs as they come up on the Spotify playlist here in the old ear, just making sure that these songs are favorited when they're good ones. I missed the idea of being able to add musics to a playlist that we could all listen to together. It was one of my favorite parts of Twitch as opposed to like streaming on some of the other services or trying to put the video out or the content out as a video. I really enjoyed that shared experience. But Lass can't always have nice things. See, normally I wouldn't stand still like that. Especially on this kind of build, I would be moving around, but there's just the wrong amount of lag today for that kind of stuff. Be a little bit more stationary. But when you update your playstyle to accommodate the current levels of lag and etc., you're fine, right? You just have to adapt to how the game kind of interacts. God, I really do love this one. This version of Come On. I'm secretly really old. Maybe not so secretly. Maybe people can see it here in the face now, but it's fine. I'll be ancient. It's okay. Let's check the old Twitter side. See if anything's going on over here. No. Nobody loves us on Twitter today. RIP. 0 views on Twitter. Oh well. So I put out a forum post. If you haven't had the chance to take a glance at it, I appreciate it. But I did some interview prep, and I no longer have need for said interview prep. But I thought that the ideas in general were pretty solid, so I wanted to share them. I was trying to share them in such a way that maybe people would engage a little bit and be like, try to turn it into a little bit more of a conversation. But so far, I believe the only conversation on that particular thread so far has been Magic 8-Ball, yay. Which is, in fact, the mindset that I would like to recapture in DDO. Is yay. And I think something like trying to have a little bit more fun with our summonses would be pretty cool, particularly on like an Artificer pass of summons. Just where I started with the Magic 8-Ball, but then it kind of sounded like to me like a laundry list of basically the Zoid characters modeled in DDO for like more challenging monsters, or not monsters but summons. And I think that's probably something for a completely different mindset, like build in a, not necessarily an expansion, but build content around is that trap somehow so much higher than the other one? There's no way, right? I guess so. Lame? Excuse me, my auto detect? Pew pew! I love that rune arm. It is by far my favorite kind of rune arm in the game. It doesn't hurt that it also happens to be insanely powerful. Quarantine's also really strong. I like the Quarantine also, but this one might. I think this one takes the cake. If they had a level 31 version of it for the pass, for when you're the new caps at level 32 or whatever it's gonna be, it'd be gangsta. An easy inclusion for this year's Halloween. Maybar. Maybar, that's what it's called, right? Maybar. We can't call it Halloween's. No Halloweenies here. Come on, scary guy. Stick your head around the corner, please. There he is. There he was. Look at that. Took half our hit points. That's how bloody scary that guy is. Hey, Twinhorn, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who's a big cowboy? Yeah, you are. You big silly face. Alright, the rest of this stuff should all be no big, right? God, I love these builds. It's not as good as like the wizard version, like the 18-2 wizard version, in my opinion. And then you're relying on the Eldritch Knight for a lot of your damage. But the straight arty version is very strong, in my opinion. Especially if you want to do multiple things. Oh, hello. Hello, Chesticle. Never mind. We did both of those. Confirm. Okay. I always hate it when I leave this area and find out that one of the things didn't click all the way through. Very aggravating. Soulless Troll. Let's go, boy. A Demon Troll. What are you? A hero! What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Chat, I don't know if you guys are even paying attention or are real, but if you are, what is the thing that you would like to see come to DDO? It could be from a different game. It could be something that you have thought of. It could be something you've read. I don't care. I'm just curious. Like, if you were king for the day, right? And someone's like, we have time to implement one order. What's the one order that you would like them to try to implement? Something with a easily definable beginning, middle, and end. Something that can be done and completed. A task that would make a difference. Right? To me, the easiest thing, no ransack for VIPs. You want to see bongs? Bongs. Player housing. I like the player housing. That so for me, player housing, the reason that it's important in DDO is that we can make that our storage solution, and we can do some really cool stuff with it that I think would fix a lot of our games, like storage and whatever issues. And you can model the various changes that we really need to just make to and wrap all that stuff up inside of a pretty package with cool customizations and all sorts of things that you can buy and hang on your wall and do cool stuff, and then all of a sudden you've paid for it and then some. I mean, imagine, for example, that you can take and put in your player housing your favorite raid weapon on a pedestal in your room that you can look at, right? When you're not using it. If you're using it, you're using it. But if you're not using it, should have looked and see where that guy was before I ran that corner. The extra difficulty of this is going to be on me here. But I agree. I would like to see some player housing implemented. I think, again, like I said, I think that's how you fix the banking / storage system as well. And you can implement some cool cosmetic-y things as well as practical things. Yeah, player housing, I think, is it's a good moneymaker for sure. Well, also just imagine for some plat, right? For plat, you're given a box, and you have like a window of time that you can put stuff into that box, and then that box becomes remove only, right? But you can take and sit one of those in your equivalent personal space, and it's no longer bound to your character for the purposes of loading up and moving between zones and stuff like that. Now it's able to move off to another location. Kind of like how when you put stuff into your bank, it no longer ties exactly the same way. It ties similarly but different. It's how, like, when you go to open your bank, you have all the various trying to pile in because it's trying to grab all the stuff with your information. But instead, if some of that stuff just no longer is needed anymore, aka a deep storage option, you don't need very much for deep storage to become feasible. And again, at the same time, you change it into a much better on the back end system. Let's put this down now. Really? Where's the rest? We should have like 7 more guys, including 2 casters. The fact that they're not here is kind of worrying me that we're gonna get there's 2. Okay. Means we're gonna get overwhelmed. And plan? I guess it's not the end of the world. Let's go in here. Another good thing for you is to get bounded characters, make it unbound or count bound only. Yeah, so I think of how things are bound kind of like how I think of rarities in Magic the Gathering. Right? So if something is bound to character, that's like a rare. So it's much more powerful than like a regular named item that you that would be like an uncommon. So I think as long as the things are designed in such a way that makes sense, it's not that big of a deal. I think you can keep it up. Wow, that guy. That being said, I think more items should be designed for the bound to account level and less for the bound to character level. I don't know. I was I wasn't half trying. I was really trying for that developer job there, but I'm not qualified. Only in the sense that my experience is not in video game design. My practical experience is in manufacturing, programming, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what you would call what I did. I problem solved for a living. Yeah, I fixed other people's problems, made their lives easier. Literally my job description. So, Harleen, can you do your thing, please? Anyhow, if you haven't checked out that forum post over in the suggestion section, I would really appreciate it if people would go in there, pop in, show up as a reader, for example. But it would be great if there's a comment, anything. Again, it's kind of my last ditch effort to kind of get back on the radar there, is to show some of the things that I have just been dicking around with and try to get them back in the limelight again, just to re-highlight the fact that they have already gotten so many great ideas from me out of the past, and that I'm not done. But I need to start getting a paycheck for them to do it, or I can't keep giving them free ideas. I don't want to think about how many dollars of raid bypass timers we have sold over the years. Or the mega ones. I'm not going to take credit for the mega ones. I'm just going to pretend that I'm their granddad. But regular raid bypass timers, I am 100% take credit for, along with another, dozen ideas. So I feel like they can pay me for a year or two to come up with good ideas for them and implement and do the thing that I actually am really, really good at. Let's get stuff done. We should hit the button, the bell, any second. Excuse me? Oh, we missed the monster somewhere. We got the breakables. Just reading the wrong list, so bad. Anytime, feel free to click away. Alright. There's a question over here on the DDO Facebook. We're going to look at it in just a second. Alright, let's see. Would someone like to explain when looking at inspect how I can tell if the person using adrenaline? Oh, never mind. This is part of some nerd fighting that's going on in that group at the moment. Someone was just happy that they had pulled something that they were looking for or excited to get, and it turned into a whole drama because people can't just be happy for each other. I'm not sure why that kind of drama exists in this game in particular still, but I feel like our average player base would be older and more mature than that. Alright. Who loves the pit? Do we have any pitters? Do we have anybody who's like, oh, I love the pit? Or is everyone like, the pit? That's not where we're going. That's where we are. I'm good at navigating things because the tool makes sense to me. Because we wouldn't want to have pictures of our locations like every other way of navigating in this game. No, we want to have a text list. Sorry. Trying to learn to like it? Well, greetings and salutations, my friend. We're going to have a good time today. The boys are back in town. First step, throw away the pit restart guide. That is garbage. Step 2, summon your hireling. Let's go. End of steps. The secret to this quest is an understanding that there is a highway, and the highway does not look obvious, but basically you're going to go up and down this one ramp, and it's understanding and acknowledging how the map works because it doesn't make any sense at all. How the map works is there's these two big ass pillars. That's these. Once you acknowledge and realize that that's what those are, the rest of these rooms start to make a little bit more sense once you can acknowledge and see what they are. So like for example, this room looks like a tic-tac-toe thingy. Almost like that's what we're doing in this room. Alright. We're going to do the four corners. Come on. Come on. There's trouble. Took a little longer to get here than I thought it would. We'll find the champ. Alright, use our champ, or our hireling here to pull the lever. It'll take us a minute to... We'll just be lagged for a second. Hey, look at there, back again. Stop and go. Alright, this is done. We can start to leave. So the reason we try not to kill anything is in there is we don't want to split stuff in a room that's filled with oozes that split and spawn additional reapers. Right? I want to be careful. Alright, so now we're going to the furnaces. The furnaces are the rooms that are divided by 3. And if you look, you'll notice that one of these pillars has a chute that shoots off and there's 3 flames. Again, once you kind of identify the things, it makes a little bit more sense. Now, you can fall down, you can, however you like to get around. It doesn't really matter. But we're going to go find our way down here. Hi, buddy. Can't believe that guy was being so mean. Alright. Make sure our boosts are ready to go. There's going to be a couple of casters and some trash. Alright, now you have two ways of doing this. I prefer to do this without Featherfall. That's just me. But you can do it the other way. You can do it with Featherfall, doesn't matter. Don't mess with this first thing. It's a trick. Just keep moving. Just run through it. As long as your speed is 25 or greater, you won't get hit by it. Sure that we don't have to worry about magic missiles for a minute. Oh, my neck. Oh. Force damage? What? Gross. 2 stacks of force damage even. That guy's mucho ouchie. If you have a good jump, you can jump through there. I was a little worried about things with the way the lag has been, so I wanted to step more carefully. Easy, right? That one's pretty quick, right? Not a big deal. You guys got that one? I do live. What's up, Newtons? I've been popping by the stream on occasion. It is taking me a while to battle the, I'm going to call it mental damage from the start of the year with like hardware failures and all that stuff. And I still don't necessarily think we've cleared it, but we're going to call it good enough for a little bit. Oh, by the way, that's the most awesome thing about the Tabaxi, in my opinion so far, is that I don't have to worry about damage from falling. So maybe they did build it for me, I don't know. I mean, cats do always land on their feet, right? Alright, be sure to pick up those breakables and this valve, and you should be good to go. Now, you can D-door here if you have it. I don't, so we're just going to run. No big. I actually have taken the racial evasion this go-round, but I didn't use it the last time. But it was nice to have it so far this life. So again, the secret is we're going up. Oh, actually, my bad. We stay on the ramp and we go up. I wasn't paying attention. I tried to cross over. Don't do that. Stay on the ramp. Stay on the ramp. It's the super highway. Everything you want is on this ramp. You only have to know the one ramp and how to read the up and down. Everything is here. Study Group did its first 2 R6s. Very cool. Make sure these things are running for no reason other than I'm afraid we're going to need that particular damage to bypass certain chumps. No, no manslaying. I mean, if you have a good group, R4 I think is probably the sweet spot for most people. Alright, I have to think for a second. Yeah, see, the Stone Guard guys are the dangerous ones. We didn't switch our rune arm back. Okay. I was like, why are we not killing this guy? Alright. Yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've done this quest, and I wasn't 100% sure if I was starting my rotation correctly. You see this guy trying to sneak behind us to kill us? What a meanie. Alright, the secret of this combination, for those of you who don't remember, is that this wheel is set to that wheel. Alright? So when you first look at it. So you know that this one is going to be I, or whatever you call that, double cross, as your reminder for that one. A lot of these you just have to memorize, unless you know where they are around the room. But he did try to touch my butt, which, had he just paid the $5, it would have probably been fine. This one is gun, pew pew, pew pew. Okay. Hireling friend takes care of the lever upstairs. We blow the stuff up down here. And then we go back to the furnaces. We'll take another path to the furnaces just so we can show another path, basically, for people who might struggle bus. There's a chest down here. You know what? Screw it. Let's get all the chests. Let's do all the things this run. If people need another helpful video to look through for the pit, let's make it one for them. Let's do all the cool things. This chest, by the way, is super dangerous as a mimic on the hardcore, just for the record. A rubber band man. I knew this, actually. I knew this. I just... Call me drunk. It's not true, but say that. Okay, so let's take a look at another one, right? So, remember how we talked about before how these are two big pillars? And that once you've identified the furnaces they look like, you just jump over there. Now, you're going to have force fields going like that. And they can hurt. It's fine. Thing that happens. Hey, Billy. What's up, my man? Sorry for not being here. And I'm not going to be here a ton either for a while. But I should be back, hopefully, on some sort of pattern again starting in July. I don't know what exactly it's going to be, but we're trying to figure out something. Okay, can we please connect? There we go. Hope I'm doing well. Some things have improved in major ways, which is all I can really say, right? That's all you can hope for. But thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well as well. Blessings to your house. In case you missed it, we're doing the pit. I think we're just doing Reaper 3, right? Kind of as a little bit of a teaching, teaching aid here. All right, so here we're gonna do the jump that we talked about before. We had a pretty good window without the lag, so I felt comfortable in making that leap there. Oh no. We missed it. I made a terrible mistake, y'all. Okay. It's fine. Just go back up one more time. Because we gotta show all the things off, right? I do like having Featherfall to make that jump right there. I know a lot of people like having Featherfall all the time. I do not. But I mentioned in the first room, and then we talked about it in this room when I did it. But you can jump from that center, basically, or just after the center, up and around. So right here, instead of having to go forward and taking the path around, you can just jump up here. It's not a super high jump score. Oh! Alright, one more time to show you the optional, and then I will just feel like much shame of just sliding right off the edge. We'll get this while we're down here. Instead of going up that ladder like I was doing, you can jump from back here. Yeah. But there's a lot of annoyance for this. But you can do that jump without the Featherfall item on also, if you're paying attention. Which apparently I have not been doing. I feel like most people can make their way to this option now, right? Maybe not. I mean, I can't all of a sudden, so maybe nobody can. Alright. I don't know what's going on, but we're definitely getting just enough lag that's making these my usual landings, whatever you want to call that, WAS skills, not quite kicking in correctly. No excuse. Just things are not quite lining up where they're supposed to be. I don't think Featherfall, the way that I play, will smooth that out. Just trying to decide if I should put it back on for this room. I mean, we're not under pressure. We don't have a pod or anything running, so we can screw around on this optional 1 or 2 more times if we have to. Alright, we're going to have to put our Featherfall on. Line up our shot. Make sure that we're not having any lag through this jump here. We'll go a slightly different way. Okay. See, I don't... We're getting like almost a half a second beat lag. You guys have got to see it, right? I'm not just crazy. I mean, not just. Okay. Well, no. This is cheats. This is supposed to be against the wall. Duh. No wonder I keep falling. That's not touching the wall. We are somehow behind where we're supposed to be. Alright. This is supposed to touch the wall. That little post right there is not there. I'm just saying in the... That's not supposed to be like that. Alright. No wonder we're having problems today. So the secret for this is to jump from here to here. And to there. Not to try to, like, grab edges or do anything cute with it. Just jump over to where you want to go. Okay. And now that we have all of our boosts turned off, walk into what is definitely going to be a hellscape. Ooh. Are we dead? Nah, we're okay. Nope, we're dead. Oh. One too many champions. Jeez. Alright. Res me. Good job, Home Spice. Always have a plan, kids. On the plus side, we did manage to kill the other one. The champion. So, in theory, if we would have had a heal there, we would have lived. If our heal was a little faster. It's an argument, I suppose, that we can consider Construct Essence. Usually I don't feel like I need to on this, but we might have to for this one. I definitely got booped, that's for sure. But let that be a lesson to you. That's 4 casters, and only one of them was a champ, and it got me pretty good. Alright, remember how I said everything is either up or down the this ramp? Well, here's a sample that we were talking about, how this is up or down this one ramp. Just stay on it. Don't worry about it. Oh, was that also the same time that my stat pots wore off? Maybe. I have long arms. I will happily fix that for a paycheck, SSG. Okay, so now we're going downstairs to the Energon Cube. If we look on our map, we'll see a room that kind of looks like the flux capacitor. You'll notice that it's got a long hallway with a bend. If we think about it and we picture how that part of the quest goes, we know how it works. And we know that it's at the very bottom of one of the tunnels. So we just have to go over to the right, or the correct pillar, and work our way down that path to that's open. You can also always find where you need to go next by looking for the yellow lights. For whatever reason in this quest, yellow means go, not go faster. Maybe that's supposed to be green, but I think they have green. I don't know. I love this quest, so don't... If anyone's listening and they're like, Samus, you're so mean. These are all comments of love for this particular quest. Oh, that looked like a Reaper to me spawning in. I was a little bit worried for a moment. Barracuda! Hey! Where'd my fireball go? Boom, thank you. I'm gonna say, I didn't put a kaboom boom there for no reason. Boom, boom, thank you. Okay. That one's going to go the other way. So I found that if you can... You don't necessarily have to memorize the puzzles, but if you can look at them and kind of recognize that there's only a couple of variations of each puzzle, and that with a little okay. I try not to kill the... Okay, there's the... I was trying to figure out where that thing died from all of a sudden. I try not to kill the oozes at all. I find them to just be a bigger pain. That being said, that one is doing its best to eat my face. Okay. Alright, when the Energon Cube is lit, take your screenshots because everyone should have a good screenshot of the Energon Cube. And now we're going to turn on the bilge pumps, which used to be quite the procedure, I understand. during design, and then they decided that was too much and they reduced it. I kind of would like to have seen what was originally there. I don't think I've, unless they've implemented it in another quest, I personally don't think I have seen it. Alright, bilge pumps. As I said, everything is up or down a ramp, right? Up or down this same ramp that we keep going. This one is going to be up, because we're at the bottom of our ramp. And I'm also going to say, take a second with a critical eye and note your surroundings on the way up, and you'll notice that we're passing the furnaces, right? So on our way up to the room that we want to go to, we pass the furnaces, which means when it's time to go back to the furnaces in a second, we just have to turn around and walk back down. Right? We don't have to do anything crazy. We just have to walk down. Ooh. That guy tried to murder me. Are you still fighting this ooze back here? See, that's why we don't want to fight, or we don't want to kill the oozes if we can help it. Because they're gonna, those oozes and having stuff fly around is gonna have an opportunity to spawn reapers that we generally just don't want to have to deal with. Okay, artificial lever puller. When you see your hireling at the shrine, you can tell them to stay and they'll finish their shrining animation. Alright, so this is really the part where having a hireling in particular comes in handy. You don't have to have a hireling. It just makes it a little easier is all. Alright, I always go this way. I look for the casters. I try, again, like I said before, I always try to ignore the other guys. Alright, so now this is your opportunity to bust off that Featherfall item that you've been all so excited to have. This is not where I want to go. I tried to do a caster arty and just don't like it. Caster arty can be very good. For whatever reason, we're not quite hitting where we want to land. I enjoy the ranged arty. Alright, so we can do here, I think. My jump spell wore off. I do recommend having the ability to have a bigger jump. My jump score is coming along, but you should have jump potions or something on your person. Oh, is this a scary guy? Let's look real fast. Alright, so what I do, and again, this is part of the places where I use Featherfall in this quest. Come over here. Now, if you're having a day where you're not having lag issues, you can pull any of these levers and jump on this on your own. If you're having a little bit of problems like I'm having today, I'd recommend go ahead and have the hireling do the hard work for you. Current idea is a battle engineer, renegade master, make a repeater build of some sort. It's probably fine. And again, you don't have to do a million things, right? Because you're part of a team. You can rely on the fact that you have your team to be a little bit weaker for. So as long as you're pulling the notches that you're looking for, you're good. All right, so that puff of smoke right there is where you want to aim. If you can. If you can't quite make it that far, anywhere on that pipe is good. Jeez, anywhere on that pipe is good. Okay, well. Feels slow. Let's go up. Might be our rune arm slowing us down. Let's see. We can I don't usually do this, but let's try this way. So I normally don't go this way though. It's like it's harder to solo this way. But that's fine. Or go all the way to the floor. That works too. Exactly. All right, and here's our third lever. If I had a D door, I would go and take care of it now. But since I don't have a D door, we'll wait and save it for after we finish the quest. All right, in this case, again, we're just going to run up, 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 up. The never-ending struggle. And then we should have a pretty easy infight of just shooting everything from the top, more or less. With some easy heals, and should be quick XP. I guess, to be fair, if you're on the Solona server, and you're level appropriate and would like to get a quick completion, you can send Samus a tail. In general, if you're watching the stream and I'm running around on Solona, people are welcome to join me. Typically, I reserve the right to be in a not the mood. All right, we're gonna get out our sacrificial friend here. See what I mean, though? Pretty easy when you kind of use the tools at your disposal. Okay, that Reaper's down. Alright, get out there. Try again, Fergo. Didn't make it. He tried though. Okay. Ellery will make it. Ellery's a true hero of the people. Ellery's got 91 hit points at level 3. How many hit points do you guys have at level 3? A lot of people would give Ellery a hard time. My Ellery is amazing. I know she didn't, but I'm gonna say she just raised Froggo with her awesomeness. Froggo, go get murdered down there, would you? Alas, Froggo did not pass his will save on Reaper 3. Rip, I guess, huh? Okay. Alright, our ransack bonus is good. Alright, Froggo. One more time. Yeah, if you don't have the need for the chest, then you could leave at this point. And it'd probably be more correct than sticking around. But I've managed to hide the aggro, so... we have no real reason to worry about it. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys one other important trick for this quest in particular. If you run over here by the furnace, you're going to see this pipe coming out of the ground. And on this pipe there's going to be a pillar, basically, that supports it. Right? Now, if you put yourself in that corner and ride it down, you will not spawn, or you won't aggro the rest of the trash down here. Your helpers might, but you won't. The quest would be, again, level 9 plus 3 Skulls of Reaper, because we're just doing R3. Oh, I meant to hit this button. Oh well. We got a Mux Doom. I guess that's... I mean, that's the best we're going to get out of here, right? Look at our brave hireling just die in the lava. So brave. Alright, it is almost noon. We played for a while. We did the quest that we kind of think... I personally find the most fun. Those are the ones I really kind of wanted to share with everybody. I wasn't planning on streaming for like days and days or hours and hours. Just kind of a short one. See how the equipment worked. See if people still remembered me enough that they wanted to come and hang out. In other nerdy news, I started running a tabletop on Sundays. Shirati and 5e are nasty fun to beat your players up with. I mean, I imagine. Hang on. Hold. I don't think we did this quest. Oh, baby. This is like free XP right here. Are you kidding me? Storm the beaches? Can't believe I didn't think about this quest earlier. I'm going to take the time to go ahead and summon my Bard for Bard Song. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is basically free XP right here. Oh no, I need to go break fast pretty soon. I haven't eaten. I'm trying to drop some weight before my birthday here in a couple of weeks. But I'm definitely losing body fat, but it's not coming across in pounds at the moment. So there's our sweet spot. Finding the ballista sweet spot has become trickier of late, in my opinion. Particularly on the epic setting, it's not quite in the same spot as it is on heroic. But sorry. I'm out of drink. Switch my earpiece around also. Alright, what do we think? Are both of these elementals going to be champions or just one? I bet both. Oh, neither, but we had a Carnage Reaper. I'm glad nobody bet on that. I would have been so wrong. Caster. Really think there's literally anything else that we can be hitting for more damage right now. We're just at that weird spot where we haven't got our minimum damage up high as we'd like it yet. Well, maybe we should kill this Reaper first, since it's a plague. Plagues are kind of scary. I like having the ability to get hit points back. I hear it's okay. I'm so glad that we never got our rune arm switched. Quick draw means nothing. Excuse me? Treasure chest? Hello? Knocky knocky? No treasure for me? Alright, it's fair. Fair. F me and my A. I'm gonna go grab a beverage. I'll be right back, everybody. You know what? Since there's like not very many people watching anyway and not very many people subscribing, enjoy a 30-second ad break. I'll see you guys in just a second. Those of you who are subscribers and are getting to watch this little bit of After Effects, thanks. I appreciate it. Or I suppose those of you watching on YouTube. Oh, I haven't checked. Let's check the chat for a minute. Make sure there's nothing going on. My brother and I are trying to be healthier. Started drinking more water and whatnot. Looking to get into a gym membership, stuff like that. Those are the correct goals to get started. Try to be healthy. I would start, honestly. You have the best gym to get started then for free. It's called walking. You can start by walking, and when you've got that down, you can kick it up by either going up or carrying heavy things with you. Playing an arty and not a robot. Yeah, I actually prefer non-Warforged artificers. I like them. Alright, good. I got my maneuver from that. How are you doing, Trax? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you, by the way, for appreciating the correct humor. People who don't... Sometimes you're on the same wavelength. I appreciate that about you. Alright, let's melt this one. I'm hungry, so we're just going to do a 1. Yep, that's my excuse. I'd like to have some breakfast. Glad to see I'm back to streaming. I don't know what I'm going to be around for a while. My schedule is going to be different. The problem is I now have the ability to attempt to return to the workforce in a semi-meaningful way. So I feel like I should do that. Now, if I could return to streaming and I was going to start making a paycheck that would let me stay home for not also being basically a cripple, then I would do that, but that is not currently in the cards for me, I don't think. I don't quite have the kind of support that I would need to pull something like that off. So that, and I need the extra time to try to hopefully get some shit together. Basically, there's an opportunity that we could actually make our big move happen if we can get some stuff fixed and finalized, but it's all extremely overwhelming, and I need to have the right kind of mindset when I start to work on that stuff, and I've not had that opportunity yet. That's fair. My ability to watch is relying on not being scheduled to work that day / time. That's part of it, right? If we can get these houses sold and moved, I think it'll make my wife and I infinitely more happy. Just going to a much more simple life. But getting there's the trick, right? You got to get to that simple life without just throwing everything out the window and destroying everything you built for the last 20-some years. No matter how much you just want to be like, fucking drive away. So anyway, if you guys haven't checked out my latest forum post in the suggestion thread, I really would appreciate people going by there, checking it out. If possible, leaving a comment in some way, shape, or form. Kind of trying to re-highlight the fact that DDO has used my ideas repeatedly in the past, significantly, and that I still have more good ones that I think we could turn into actionable content quickly and easily. AKA I would like a job. So I'm trying to re-highlight and put my name back out there in front of everybody, and the ways that I can do that now without seeming like a crybaby little baby in my mind is to ask you guys for help to make sure that people realize that these are like great ideas, or even if they're not great, if they're just fine ideas, or if they're terrible ideas, you can tell me that too. I think it's currently got like 1 comment on it, a couple hundred views, and where I posted it on Facebook to kind of let people look at it, the only comments have basically been, "Oh man, this is garbage." So I don't believe those people, because I know my ideas are not garbage, and these are ideas that I floated in the past in different places. So I have sent in an application to their website, but I do not have game design experience that they consider game designable. So yeah. Yeah, right now I'm doing... I'll pull up the stats if you want to look. And we'll focus here and here. I'm not sure which one's first. But no, I've applied. I just... Again, I feel like most people know my story reasonably well, but I was on track to do some pretty awesome things when I got my diagnosis and my world kind of went upside down. But I've always enjoyed game design, game theory, etc. I've literally crafted a bunch of things, so on paper my resume looks like garbage. So I'm trying to steal your guys' like groundswell support to help make something happen. Got your caster already to 21 and just it's sloggy to solo. So the trick for if you want to solo artificers in particular, in my opinion, is either to do like this or to have an army in a can. You have the room, right? You have the feats, you have the enhancement lines. You can take these medium, like, you can have these guys be meaningful compatriots. You know, we joked earlier in the last quest about Ellery, but she does fine. I have a video on my channel where I've used the level 3 hireling to disable traps in the level 17 quest. Right, like there's that, I have that. And that was pre everything else. On Reaper, I believe. And that's almost entirely driven off of stat increases and buffs. Yes, that sounds like gasoline to me, my friend. Maybe not for every life, but for a couple. The other question is, do you use your rune arm? You'll notice I usually keep the feet down here so I can toggle it back and forth. Because I constantly fire off my rune arm. It's DPS that you're not realizing that you're leaving on the table. Gonahi? Samuel, excuse me? Repeat. Mother trucker! Why? He was a year away from those traps. Why? Oh, I got an encoding overload. That's the first one I've seen so far, though. That's what we're trying to avoid. I have the feeling that we have another hardware issue somewhere. I'm just not sure where it is. No, we should probably raise our guy. Oh, you did, okay. Leggy boy. Let's see, I have a piece of fish. I have some salmon that needs cooked. What else do I have in the refrigerator? It's going to give you guys an opportunity to select my breakfast. What else is in there? We got some hamburger in there. Do some hamburger. We have some brats. I can do some brats. Wow, probably brat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, there's some chicken wings. I can make chicken wings, I guess. Always had the rune arm going. It's not really the trash that gets you. It's the bosses. Yeah, so the bosses are WAS skill, man. That's for the most part. Oh, you mean for the mama bear builds? Well, by the time you've buffed everybody, it should be as fast as they can go, right? You just got to figure out a way to live at the end, huh? Kill this caster first. Make your life easier. People are like, Sam, there's a Carnage Reaper. I don't care. Alright, and then Scary Champ. Lord Dork over here. Spin my 2 auto boxes from Isle of Dread. One bought a bow build 18 and 1 pip. So it's easy. 90 push your road to 828. Yeah, I'm currently very broke, so I don't currently have a pre-order for Isle of Dread. Now, I was not streaming when they gave out the streamer codes, so I didn't get one then. So I may not afford dinosaurs this year. Part of the reason I'm trying to get these 2 Tabaxi lives, or whatever Tabaxi lives done too, in case they are not something that I just have with VIP. I don't actually know. Thought I had him. Wow, this has turned into quite the end battle here. I can't get the Famine Reaper to get got. There we go. 3 negative levels. It's good because I don't feel like it's premium class good. Or premium... It's not the same level. Well, did we manage to have fun, chat? I think my wife just yelled no. I probably bothered her the whole time. I heard her. Do you hear her in there saying I said that? I heard her. Next thing you know, she's going to be flogging me in the kitchen. Kind of excited to run some of the Tabaxi lives, but you want to wait for more racial APs? That's fair. It's not a bad race. It's just, it's not a... It doesn't sing to me, if that makes sense. It's just, it's good. Right? Like, it's fine. As races go. So like it doesn't go in the well the problem is that ASMR throws everything in such a wampus because Shifter is also not great. But ASMR is so good, is like insane. Tiefling is really good. Dragonborn I feel like is strong. Well, that's just it. ASMR is so good. Shatterkai is actually very good now. The changes they made to Shatterkai really bring it to light. The race that's way better than you think is this Morning Lord. This thing is just pure gasoline. I mean, look at this. You're getting all the great elf stuff. You get all this accuracy, intelligence. You get mega heal. Yeah, this is not as great, I guess. But you're not really hitting things usually. You get arcane spell failure. So like, yeah, this is gas. Nothing is hidden, racial, spell penetration, and spell points. You get a sunburst SLA. And you can get 3 double strike, 3 double shot, 3 dodge, and 3 dodge bypass. Now, compare that to the Tabaxi, which is solid. There's good stuff in here, right? A bunch of dodge, maximum dexterity bonus, a bunch of attack, which seems weird. I don't know if it needs that much attack. Singatice is good. Like, they balanced it out reasonable. I like the racial deflect arrows. Look, that finish humping. 3 to melee damage. Just melee damage? Come on. A dodge bypass is good. But I feel like this is, the tier 5 is just, I feel like it's medium. The feline versatility, if you're one of these particular builds, maybe, but they don't cover ranged at all on a dex-based character. Okay, good. New Age Girl is favorited. I had to make sure. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't do anything for casters. It doesn't, like, it just is medium. They're tier 5. That being said, though, on my Artie, it's been pretty good. On a wizard, maybe it'd be fine. Anything that you're already going to be getting a sick dexterity at some point will be good. Yeah. The racial AP for evasion can be really strong. But again, most of the builds that you're going to have that, you're going to have evasion sooner or later anyway. Alright, it's afternoon. Let's go pick up this XP from Three Barrel Cove and spin these action points and probably call it a morning for me. I appreciate you guys stopping by. It really means a lot to me to have you guys spend a little bit of your time with me today. Especially since I didn't plan or announce or do anything. So I appreciate that very much. It means a lot. I will do my best to be around in the next little bit. Again, probably more in July is when I'll probably be able to come back with some sort of regularity. Like I said, I'm going to try to, I think, find some employment. Some part-time stuff, a couple of days a week. See if I can't more reliably make that income that I was making streaming a little bit easier, and stay flexible on what I want to do and whatnot, because like I said, we're getting close to the point where we could get some stuff sold and get free to get the fat halfling out of here, right? The school bus. So gotta move on those dreams. Whenever you got the time, just take care of yourself. I'm trying, man. Lots and lots of meditation and whatever it takes to try to clear the cobwebs, right? All right, everybody. With that, I'm going to get some breakfast. Peace, much love, thanks again. And I'll see you guys hopefully sooner than the last break. How about that? Let me say the 28th is the last day of Sandal, which is the Indian ritual where Buddha discovered enlightenment. It's the time of like change and meditation and reflection. So maybe the 29th we'll try to come back. I'm trying to take this time, the month of June in particular, and be the person I want to be. So I'm getting out there, I'm getting my miles in, no excuses. I'm working on my diet, no excuses, doing my planks and my push-ups and all that stuff. Use this as an excuse, guys. Try to, I don't know. I'm just trying to make myself better in the long run. And maybe we can all get better together. All right, everybody. Peace, much love. We'll see you guys hopefully on Wednesday. Toodles.